All right, lucky, spooky Vicky. Let's do this. We got a lot to go through.
Yeah, you know.
We mentioned that last week when we only took 10 minutes on it. Uh, well, hello and welcome to Granblue Radio. This is episode 343. This is Vibrating Sheep. So DJ over there in Washington, like, are you finished moving and then unmoving your room?
I still have to move stuff back in.
Okay, because
I can do that one slowly.
okay, because yeah, you've been pretty busy the last couple weeks, not just with work. That's been wild. Did you get your sleep back?
Nope.
Well, good because at
That's
2
why I
a.
was. That's why I was posting at 5 a.m. the other night.
Oh, geez. I was gonna say it's like, well, good thing because at 2 a.m. This morning we're gonna get all the news about Granblue Fantasy versus Relink. Not Relink, Rising. Relink is gonna be next month. Oh man.
Yeah, I'll probably be up for that. To be honest,
Yeah.
I
How much?
accidentally stayed up for the D4 DJ stuff the other night, and it was like that started at 4.
Are you accidentally gonna stay up for the Princess Connect little sister stream too? Is that what's gonna happen? Is this just gonna be your life? Because you've also got shiny colors this weekend, right?
Yeah, but that's on the weekend.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair enough.
It's not on a work day.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm playing hooky from TwitchCon, and by playing hooky, I mean they know that I'm not going. So this is a weird week for me too, where I just like play catch up on a lot of administrative stuff. So anyway, here we are. It is the first week of the Granblue Fantasy Halloween stuff. So we got new Halloween characters. We've got a bunch of Halloween content, like Dread Barrage was Halloween themed, and I guess we'll start with that. DJ, did you actually watch anything that happened in the new Valiant battle, or did you just do the normal thing where you just hit full auto and do something else for a while?
Wait, we were supposed to do Valiant Battle.
You don't have to.
I,
Um,
I mean, I saw that people were doing it.
So if you do it for the first time, then it'll give you 600 candy, which whatever. So since you don't know what goes on in a Valiant battle, the thing about Valiant battle this time is that
I saw the chains and stuff like that.
exactly. So the gimmick of this one is that the more light skill damage you do, it has to be light. So things like Cosmos's other 5 elements don't count. Then you increase the chance of every time you hit an attack. There is somewhere between like a 10 and it's a chance to keep going past 10. Um, Someone reported past 20, and so each time someone from the backup, like the special backup list. So for this particular time, it is Halloween characters. Next time, in theory, it'll be just all of your crew's star characters. They come out, they do their like shortened CA animation, and then it does a big ass chunk of damage. Like so, this boss had 3 health bars, and it had basically final rally health, and it tickled. Like the entire point of it was just to showcase off these animations essentially. And so by the time you get to around like 21 chain or so, they're all doing the full like 999 999 99. I think there's another 9. I think it's almost a billion each by the time you get to that. And so it's mostly for fun, right? This is just like the final rally is a victory lap. They're like, "Hey, thank you. It gave us a huge ton of crew honor. I can't remember exactly how much. It was like a couple million, I think. So they were like, yeah, let's just have people grind less, and there you go.
You
Um,
got me interested, so I'm doing the fight right now.
Here, I'll go in with you. Uh, the so the thing is, yeah, the based on doing more and more light damage, um, but it's just it's a purely for fun thing. Um, and I think since I've used a bunch of my Halloween candy on Vicala, it'll actually give me more because I got a message that said, "Hey, you've maxed out at 600 candy." But yeah, so I mean, it's a pretty fun gimmick. The question is, um, would you
Let's see
care to watch
how
it
big
more than once?
this chain is.
Oh, let's see in the battle log what yours says. Radiant Spear Throw, Miniature Skill. I
I'm
Radiant
still
Spear Throw.
chaining
Oh,
right now.
okay.
8 chain.
Yeah, and so you see that little like number 1 up top there, and it'll go up as you do more skill damage, and then that just keeps making it more and more likely to happen till essentially, like I said, this fight wants to end. Um, they know that final rallies can sometimes go on for a really long time if there's only one of you, and so they're like, all right, even if you are the only person in your crew. Oh, hey, I'm on cross level 4. Let's see if I get one. Nope. No. Oh, support has arrived. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. It was only 4? Really?
Oh, I'm on a new chain right now.
Yeah, you brought a Mana Diver team, right? So you have like super mega high stat. Oh, here we go again.
The team is Monodiver, Bunny,
Yeah.
Luo,
Oh, you have Luo in there too? Yeah, okay.
and Vera.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of skill damage. Mine has Kumbira in it as well. So this one only 6 chains.
If I wanted to, I couldn't actually put in Geisenborger.
Ooh, yeah. Do you have the new guys in? Oh, I got it
Yeah, I
again.
do.
So yeah, like I said, like I've taken 4 turns and 3 of them have had the special backup, the Valiant Cross. And so honestly, I don't mind this happening multiple times. I don't know when the gimmick will get old, but the great thing about this gimmick is that since this fight is designed not to actually hurt you or like punish you for doing anything, it's just meant to be fun, then if you don't want to keep doing it or if you don't want to look at it, just step away for a while and the fight will take care of itself.
Yeah, as long as your phone doesn't fall asleep if you're on phone.
Yeah, this is very true. All right, I missed the Valiant Cross on that turn, but yeah, Rod Rand says in chat, I soloed one. It was 5 billion damage from me and 20 billion from Valiant Crosses.
Oh, my favorite skill character is now on screen.
Who's that?
Neon.
Hey, he does accidental skill damage. You can't control whether he does skill damage or not.
He's just here to give you double strike.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, so yeah, like I think this has the potential just to be a fun little showcase for people. Uh,
Can't wait for Christmas.
oh man, what if they do Christmas Dread Barrage? That'd be funny.
That'd be great because we literally last time we had Dread Barrage was a year ago
Oh yeah, that would mean we have 2 Dread Barrages, right? Yeah. Oh, hold on. Here's another
in the
support.
same year.
Yeah. Dread Barrage is a nice, relaxing event. I've been catching up on other things. What were you gonna say?
It allows the newer players also like the ability to get more than one weapon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is pretty good just to have a catch up and also a not very grindy event. Like there is some grinding involved, but it's farming. And then if you don't want to do it, there's a definite stopping point, and you're just like, I'll do my 2 things a day and dip out and get huge amounts of rewards for very little effort.
Yay, crystals!
Yeah, crystals, exactly.
And the good thing they changed the timing of when you get those crystals or when you get the boss raids.
Yeah, that change has been really weird to adjust to. Where like it'll be like 2 p.m. the first day, um, the first full day of this, it was like 2 p.m. our time, which is 6 a.m. Japan time, and I'm like, my unparalleled foe hasn't popped yet. Oh well, maybe I just and so I just kept doing it. I'm like, wait, right? They shifted everything ahead so that you don't miss anything. And so it's like the first day doesn't have the possibility of just missing out on an unparalleled foe host if you don't play exactly between 7 p.m. and 5 a.m. Japan time. And so yeah, um,
Yeah,
this is pretty good. This has been pretty good. It's a pretty good time in the game. But anyway, so I will leave this thing.
you might want to leave it on the background.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have something else to take over the window for a second here, and then this one will go over here. And so let's go talk about other stuff. All right,
So three of
go
these
ahead.
came out right before this banner.
So we'll talk about the uncaps first then.
Yeah, I mean they came out first. We should
All
talk
right,
about them. We have more time with them.
all right. Chronological order then. We've got ourselves an old character who was brought back and rebalanced. So here we have Razia. Um,
God, you
so
need this rebalance.
she really did. So
Skill 1 used to cost 30 meter.
skill 1 used to cost 30 meter. Skill 2 used to reset her flashpoint down to 0. And
Also
it
gave her a defense down.
did it give her defense down also?
Yeah, it did.
Good lord.
It's it's a counteract at 80% that she gets for 2 turns from skill 1 with
Mhm.
5 turns of 30% down. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So the new things that she got. Let's actually just go into the blog post or the news post for this because Razia was the 13th here. All right. So absolute Gerechtigkeit. So random thing. They actually did the thing that they did with the Dragon Knights with her finally, where they went back and they corrected their German. So anyway, um, so now her sub comes with sharp boost defense. It gives her guts. So the defense was increased.
The self defense went from 80% to 150.
That's almost double. That's very good. The guts effect is new. And then when she has flashpoint 10, then it also gives her damage mitigation. And also the sharp boost to defense gives everybody 150% defense.
I
Which,
don't see the damage mitigation on her skill 1.
it's the following adjustments were made to the character Razia. Is it absolute Gerechtigkeit?
Correct.
Yeah.
I think that's a
Is it a
mistranslation on them.
mistranslation? Hold on. Am I okay? Hold on here. Let's go to the Japanese because whenever there's something like that, the Japanese always takes precedence. Guts charge level 10. Yeah, it doesn't say damage mitigation on here.
Yeah.
Oh. All right. I take that back.
Oh, by the way, my MC died.
Oh well. The thing is that it's Dread Barrage. You can use items to bring your MC back. It's Dread Barrage specific stuff.
Well, I'm getting rid of this Nirvana on my skill check.
Got it. All right. So anyway, we've got ourselves a correction that we were able to find. So, all right, good on us. I was wondering. It's like, wait, that's even better than I remember.
Yeah, because it doesn't exist. The defense, her defense up that lasts 2 turns affects everybody now.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So
Add flashpoint 10.
yeah, and then her skill 2 just does a flat amount of damage. Um, it does more damage base, and then the other things that used to be based on flashpoint were moved into her passive.
Yeah, also, yeah, like we said earlier, it doesn't consume her flashpoints. She no
Yeah.
longer goes back to 0.
Her skill 3, all it did was change names. But here's the new thing. So flashpoint. Um, so she gets attack, defense, debuff, resistance, damage cap, and specs on skill 2 based on flashpoint. That's basically just combining everything into one spot.
Well, she didn't have the defense up, everything else. She actually didn't
Also
have
true.
anything else. All she had was the damage cap and damage multiplier.
Wait, really? Flashpoint wasn't even. Oh my goodness.
Flashpoint sucked.
Yeah. Okay. And then here's on solid ground. So the high defense, the more likely to be targeted, was always there. And then when she's in red health at the end of the turn, and she gets guts now, so that this is mostly useful. Then she gets a full heal. She removes all of her debuffs, and she ends her cooldown for all skills, which means that she can get all of this back, including the guts back. So, she's never going to be like a mega tank, but she got way better at just spot tanking through just the balance changes they did there.
Also to note, the
Mhm.
the numbers on Flashpoint is 5 for every stack, 5% defense up, 10% debuff resistance up, and 1% cap up. So caps out 50% defense passively, 100% debuff resistance,
Yeah.
and 10% damage cap.
Is the attack from stacks also a mistranslation? Defense, debuff, resist, damage cap. Yeah, the attack is also not there. Huh.
Yeah, the attack doesn't exist there. It only affects the multiplier on skill 2.
You know what? I'm not going back to that news post. That news post is very confusing. Okay, got it. So here we go. Now we're done with her rebalance, and now it's the actual things that she gets with the CA stuff or with the uncap stuff. So the first part you go to is the CA. So one turn cut to Razia's cooldowns. Okay.
Yeah. No, that's pretty good because her skill 2 was like a really long time cooldown anyways.
Mm-hmm. And then the thing is that it also works really well with the next one of the next things that she gets. So at level 90,
Skill
it is
3.
skill 3, which, hey, look, she reactivates, which means that instead of an 8-turn cooldown, when this thing happens, it goes down to 6 and then goes down to 5 from the turn passing. So effectively, it's a 6-turn cooldown, unless you have CA turned off for some reason.
Which I don't know why you're doing that if you're playing this character.
Yeah. And then
She's not auto attacker.
yeah, the previous version of her was only a 50% crit chance. It was a decent multiplier, it was 50%, but now they're just like, yeah, okay, this is the era, we're just going to make that guaranteed. So it is effectively 3 out of 5 turns that she has this, and then you can lower that even further by activating her CA again.
I just realized something.
What's up?
Guys of Warrior died because I don't have anyone buffing him.
Good job. Good job, buddy. All right. So yeah, that's 90. Her new 95 is Derbrecken over here. It also inflicts what used to be named Wide Open and is now named Damage Taken is Amplified for 6 hits. And so it's the same as the previous Wide Open, which is the next 6 hits deal 30% amplified damage. So the difference is that instead of activating during her attack, it activates when this skill is cast. So you have an extra turn to take advantage of it, or you can set it up so that your MC can take advantage of it. Unlike every other version of Wide Open, basically.
Yeah.
And then here's level 100, which is the limiter overload. So for a 10-turn cooldown and a 2-turn buff that cannot be extended and cannot be removed, she gets the following things. She always triple attacks, or is it 100%? It's guaranteed. It's actually guaranteed. She deals a 1.2 million damage nuke after her normal attacks. And she also casts Derbrecken at the end of her turn.
The thing that gives Wide Open.
Yeah. So
she also can technically be giving someone else that damage amplified. The thing is, the damage amplified lasts 2 turns anyway, so if she's the last person, it's not wasted.
Yeah, it goes to the next person in line, which is nice. And so, this is mostly nice stuff. Like she's never going. Like I said, Earth has some amazing tanks, and even if once you get past beyond the Summer Alexial changed how Earth has to be designed by existing, you still have Sarah. Sarah's very solid. There's a couple of other just semi tanks like the Tigers and things like that.
You also have the fact that you have a character that will at 5-star make it so that you're always taking water damage.
Yeah, like back row Kime, all sorts of things like that. The one knock I have on this kit is that because Summer Alex exists, Guts is worse in Earth than in other ones, because the way to kill Alex is to hit her a bunch of times. And so the way to get past Guts is to hit you a bunch of times. So a lot of water bosses hit you for a bunch of small packets of damage, which Guts is bad against.
However, that also means that she can trigger her tank counter 5 times.
Yes. And so it's a trade-off. And honestly, while this isn't, world breaking or anything like that, this is fun. It's really fun seeing tank encounter happen. She's perfectly fine against, for example, Whamdis, right?
Yeah,
it's pretty fun.
This character, if you will have add 10 stacks you do her substitute, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna have like 220% defense.
Mm-hmm.
It get another 50 if she's below 50% health, by the way. Or not 50. How much is this?
It's
Another
50%. Yeah.
75.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. From her extended mastery. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, she'll probably live. She can
True.
probably live.
But yeah, this is very solid. You're not going to take her to like the hardest content, but she's perfectly fine for like the Tefnut and Lambdis level of things. Um, let's see, what's the water Malice tier again? Let's see, quest.
Levy Malice.
She's actually weirdly fun against Levy Malice. Like she will trigger Levy Malice getting mad at you for chain bursting a lot, but then she'll also just do a decent number of hits and then bring it back down.
I mean, I think I stopped caring about that boss's
Anything.
mechanic.
Yeah, that's true actually.
Yeah, Ada exists.
Yeah, that's
And
true.
you know what?
You just
I'm not taking any statuses this turn.
yeah. Yeah, that's fair. But like against, like I said, Whamdis, Tefnut, she does a pretty fun job. Like it's not,
She's a really good attacker.
yeah, while also tanking a little bit. But she does a lot of extra nuke damage, and she gives you wide open, or what used the debuff formerly known as wide open.
I don't did what other elements have wide open other than the thing we're gonna talk about later?
It's fire twice.
Yeah, so it's not a bad niche.
Yeah, so she's the third character to have it. Like, I mean, Summer Silva has a spot. Summer Silva exists basically to break omens in Seaphon, and she also was really good at breaking omens in Ultimate Bahamut or Super Ultimate Bahamut.
Yeah, and
Percival's just
it's
nuts.
Percival's just really good. He also when he's doing that, giving you that wide open in first place, he's also just lowering
Yeah.
stats on the foe.
Mhm. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah,
Rodred
I
says
really
that,
like
yeah,
it.
basically like you can consider her to be on the same level, essentially, as a slightly more defensive Alethea, pretty much.
Yeah,
And that's a good spot. Like Alethea dispels, and he got plenty of play in Nightmare 200.
granted, you need the spells in those ones.
True, but he also just did like perfectly competitive damage. You know, it's
Yeah, well, one of the buttons they gave him is like bigger nuke,
yep,
go even bigger.
biggest nuke. Yeah, and that's kind of
We
what they gave
we don't
Razia.
we don't have that much supplemental skill damage. Just make it big.
All right, who do you want to cover next out of the uncaps? The Berg or the Moon?
Let's go with the moon. That
All
character's
right.
broken.
So remember when we were talking about Reflection of the Moon and the whole thing where it's like, I guess our compromise is we're just always going to be at quarter moon, like the one that looks like a half moon but is technically called quarter moon. And they're like,
We changed that.
then Cygames went, okay, hold on, maybe we want to actually be at full moon. So
And now you can. You can
so
actually be a full moon now.
yeah, so here's the rebalance, and hopefully this one's translated right. Oh, where is it? It's on the 16th. It is what? Here we go. So here's the rebalance. When anything that would normally apply Crescent Moon, which is Hase CA or Resummoning Moon, activates, any other phases of the moon related effects that have already been applied will no longer change. Which means that it doesn't overwrite itself anymore, which means that, let's say that you summon the moon and Hase CAs, then nothing happens. You continue and you get one less turn on the Crescent Moon. Awesome. Um, and then here's one that I've been complaining about for actual literal years. When you got to full moon, there was one turn left, and if you use the Fioer extend ability or later the Viking extend, it would change back to quarter moon. And they've said, nah, screw that. Once you are at full moon, you stay in full moon, even if you extend. Thank God. That said, back to the character. So that's just the things regarding usability that they changed with her. And then the actual changes, so her CA upgrade. The moon now lasts for 7 turns instead of 5. And the last 3 of those turns are all full moon.
And if you're actually in full moon when you start this, it extends by a turn.
Yeah, and because she has a level 100 skill, it'll actually eventually extend 2 turns. And then you get phases of the moon, and yeah. So
Well, get to that part later.
yeah.
Keep on track.
So the next thing is she has a new support skill here. Which one's the new one? These characters have so many supports. Hold on.
Well, here's the thing. The only thing that changes is reverse and upright.
She gains a new one too. It's Lunar Reflection. So Lunar Reflection is the new one she gets. When she's
bonus water damage.
Yeah.
Based on the moon phase.
So based on the moon phase, it goes up to 40% at full moon. Before that, it's 20% at crescent and 30% at quarter. And the stacking on it, I believe, is the same as falsehood. So I've actually seen a lot of water players just take falsehood off. They're like, okay, good, cool.
Yeah, this is different. Is this different than the let's see here, the normal phases of the moon? Because phase of the moon, quarter moon was 20%.
Yes, it is considered separately. It is on the falsehood mod. So the previous one, just from moon itself, is separate from that, I believe. All right. So then we go to 95, and we get the reversed and the upright changed. So when she's in the back line, she adds more supplemental damage, and it's 1,000 per turn, up to a max of 10k supplemental for being in the back line, and you've made it to turn 10.
They also increased the number from 2% attack to 3% attack, and 4% defense to 5% defense.
Yeah, the difference between 50% defense and 40% defense is actually pretty significant. So yeah, that's cool. Except you now can turbocharge this at High Priestess Upright, where when she comes out, you're instantly in full moon. She just says full moon. And so that was in addition to her previous thing where she gets to cast her skills twice. So she comes out, and now you have all of the moon bonuses, including 20% fire cut and 20% defense, which are considered separately. So yeah, like in some cases that will end up being better than 50% defense. But also, yeah, full moon definitely all sorts of crazy when it comes to offense. And then the last thing, this is all sorts of insano crazy. Her new skill 4. So
there's a list of which ones you should actually get, because some of them are not good. I'm looking at the other water one in comparison.
Yeah, some of them you will barely notice given the normal use case, like Lobelia, for example. Most people who play Lobelia frontline, they go, yeah, I guess that's a button.
I mean, it'll hit eventually, sometimes.
Yeah.
But it's like, cool.
Kime is definitely one of the ones to get because it has so many options and all of them are good. And then, yeah, so here's Lunatic Vendetta. It makes her CA reactivate permanently, forever. So we get effectively permanent full moon.
Yep. So yeah, that goes to the thing where you're seeing twice, so you extend it to 2 turns instead of 1.
Mm-hmm. And then, whenever an ally multi-attacks, she does a 4-hit nuke if she's in full moon. And because the the High Priestess Upright works the way it does, unless you mess up, she will always be in full moon. There is no reason for her not to be in full moon anymore. Like I said, we're past the phase in water where we need to have falsehood. The falsehood chain on our Dark Opus, so she can gain meter again. So yeah, just stay in full moon forever.
Note that if you somehow have 0 moon, you actually do get a hit. So
Yeah,
it
it's true.
doesn't penalize you for having 0. It just but it incentivizes you to have more moon.
But like, there's so many characters that this goes nuts with. So like, um, we've seen her with like Grand Lancelot, who attacks twice a turn and is a multi-attack each time. So he does 4 hits of his nuke, then she does 4 hits of a nuke, and then he attacks again to do another 8 hits of nuke. Vajra has a very high uptime on double strike and guaranteed triple attack. So she'll do her thing, then a dog comes in and hits, and then moon lasers come in. You know,
Also,
like.
all these are based on Hase skill specs too.
Hmm.
So
Um,
roll a good skill damage ring on her.
what even is on her ring for me? Let's see. Debuff success rate. I'll change that
You,
out at some point.
you literally don't need that with this character.
Yeah.
You have 1 debuff and it only lands unless the boss resists 100%.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, I'll do that in a little bit. But like, this is super nuts. It also works with things like attacking out of turn and multi-attacking. So style change Ingve, or
Yeah, at low health. He
yeah.
doesn't multi-attack if he has full health. I've learned this the hard way.
Oh. But and then there's that whole thing where the two most popular water main character MC classes, um, if you are in if you're in Mana Diver, you have this ability Wild Magicka, which makes you double strike.
Double strike and triple attack. You're guaranteed the triple attack at least.
And so it works with that. You have also the other like there's just so the other popular style is Kengo, and Kengo has a triple strike button. You know,
Along with after seeing enough in a chain, you get increased double attack and triple attack.
yeah. And then once you're hanging out with the space whales, everybody starts playing. Actually, it's becoming more and more popular with the Exogun. Is playing Relic Buster.
It's popular with that because that's the one that most people can get.
Yeah, and so you press Blitz Raid, and you do your probably triple attack, because you'll usually use some way to guarantee your MC's triple attack. You'll do the extra nuke from being a Relic Buster, and then Hase will do an extra nuke. And if you happen to have Erica, she'll do her nuke too, because why not?
If you're a sword MC, you're guaranteed if you have a stack.
Yes. And so yeah, like the Exogun is making gun Relic Buster popular even among the ones who didn't cash in for a luminous weapon. Like when gets
the one really good thing about that is that the main hand effect is really nice on it.
Yeah, the supplement. Yeah. Like there's so much that works so well with this new Hase. Like she works well with the CA spam teams. So like Melissa, a friend of ours, she has a not Higurashi, the other one, Shishio. And she's super happy with this because her Hase CA reactivates every turn. She just plain has permanent CA reactivate. And so she can do this, and then she has Dog. And she has someone like, Summer Fediel or whoever she wants, really. Like, she's tried it with, like, Valentine Cassius just for the heck of it. It all works! And then, yeah.
This will also feed to a character that we're going to talk about later, by the way.
Also true. It just all works. Everything works with this character. She went from being like a backline passive to suddenly the CA loop character of choice when they gave her the double activate and the refresh on her CA. So that was what, last year I think that they changed that for her, something like that.
I think it was the year before.
Okay. And then
I'm already using her way more than that.
Got it. And then now she's just one of the clear best.
Actually, literally, like one of the big winners of the updates.
Yeah. This is wild. And
so how do we fix Alanot?
Very good question.
they have to rework this kid. Come on.
Because, like I said, they took what I've been complaining about with Hase for years, and they said, okay, those aren't problems anymore. We're just like, all right, just live in full moon, just live permanently in the full moon. It's like, okay. I mean, since they like made Al-Anon, they've changed how fields work. This is also going to change things. Like maybe he'll get the Vicky treatment. Sun Touched Paradise will turn into something. I don't know, man.
It's kind of bad right now.
It is. It's pretty bad.
Oh yeah, I can do crits. Oh, so can the boss.
All right. So anyway, um, yeah, and also her story is one of my favorites of these evokers as well, largely because of how it ends. It ends with Katse going, like it ends with her laying into Katse, saying that she hates him and she hates everything about him. And he sits there and he takes it for what is implied to be hours, and he goes, "Thank you. You finally told me the truth. It took that long." And he's like, "All right, time for me to dip out and do my uncap episode." Oh, geez, I need to unlock this last domain.
I'll get around to looking at those.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit gated right now.
Mm-hmm. All right. So anyway, so that was that one, and then Geisenborgers also came out at the same time on the same day, and it is also really good, but he's definitely living in the shadow of the moon right now because most of what they gave Geisenborger, um, oh hey, the whatchamacallit finished, the Valiant Battle finished. Anyway, a lot of what they gave him um, basically makes him better at punching, but also makes his cooldowns shorter. So I don't have the uncap yet. Um, a crew member of ours told me that if I got this uncap too early, he would actually fly down and call John Wick on me. He said, in his words, "I will call John Wick and tell him that you were the one who killed his dog." But anyway, so here's the new things. So the new Howitzer Fist, when you CA with a 5-star Geisenberger, it reduces his cooldowns by 1. And one of the complaints with him was the long cooldown on Dreadnought. And
Yeah, it used
so,
to be 7 turns. Now every time you CA, it goes down by another turn. The thing is that he has 35% hit to gain his charge bar gain, and that'll be supplemented in the next thing. No, not next thing. At the last thing we talk about.
yeah. So he will be able to substitute more often because one of the things that makes Vera such a better tank than him is just uptime, right? Like you don't really use Kumbira as a tank except for very specific things that only take 1 turn. You use Vera for longer tanking engagements, and now Geisenborger can actually tank for more of those turns. Nice. Um, then we
You
get
can
to
also Panzer Faust even more.
yeah.
17 hits, 5 turn cooldown. That's not 5 turns, dog.
It's 5. It's 4 or 3 turns, yeah, or even less. Anyway, so after that we get to there is a new passive at level 90. It doesn't show on here, but it's the Stars Treads. And at the end of the turn, if Geisenborger's hit points are at 1 and specifically 1, then he gets Assassin.
Uh, this is assassin one time 50%. That
Yeah.
really helps out his amplified normals that he gets from his domains. By the way,
Yeah. This guy hits with just those. He hits like a truck because once he's once he's out and he suballs, he has no defense up. He's meant to not to have defense up. In fact, doesn't he have a defense? Yep, he has defense down. If you want to, you can just give him even more defense down so he takes more damage so he
I
goes to 1
mean,
hit point.
it's actually good on him because
Yeah,
of the fact that
he
he
can't
doesn't die.
And also, a 50% sharp attack up is actually relatively small as these things go. And so having the enmity and all of the like boosts from having low health and stuff like that, they're important for him actually hitting his new caps.
Yep, and like Roderick said, it checks his this before the heals go off from anything else.
Yeah.
So if he as long as at the start of the end of the turn he's at 1.
Yeah. And then so here we go to 95. So when he gets star reversed plus, not only does he cap the dark damage taken by allies at 10k, which they've had to design around since he was released, which is why, things like Agastia do random element damage.
Or the current boss that we're fighting does like 1 billion damage if you don't have him in the back.
Yeah.
And also has chasers and multi-attacks and help.
Right. And so, because they've basically moved to a point where this only works against Bahamut, and only one of the Bahamuts, basically, then instead...
Yeah, where's my permanent light attack always?
Yeah, this is why they won't give Light the Dark Switch thing, is because this exists.
Do it.
Yeah.
Earth didn't need it.
Fair enough. So here we go. So then, instead, also, when you get hit, you gain damage cap up. So there is actually a purpose to his backline.
It stacks up to 10%, and it's 2% every time you get it. I mean, every time you took damage a turn. So,
so that's nice. And then the switch to main ally, he still gains Star Spangled Pummel, which is while he has Divinity, he deals quads, and he has tank and counter. But for those who have actually played Geisenborger Swap In, it was really annoying because if you didn't have either the Shooting of the Star or the Star Summon, he actually took a couple turns to actually turn this effect on.
You just start with it now.
You just have Dark Divinity when he comes in now. Yay.
Also, you don't have to risk your teammates having supplemental damage to themselves with the Divinity up.
Mm-hmm. And the last thing is when he gets to skill 4, Prey Upon the Star, he gets 3 turns of bonus damage, and he gets double strike. So he double quads, which means he octo strikes.
Yeah, so what the math that actually ends up happening is if you have Uni, for example, with you, he will literally attack, turn 2, he'll CA, turn 3, he'll attack again, turn 4, after Prey Upon the Stars gone, CA again. And that's all with double striking it, by the way.
And so, given that it's a 9-turn cooldown, 3-turn uptime, after it's ended, how much cooldown will be left?
So if you take, he saved twice, so there'll be 4 turns typically.
So 3 turns up, 4 turns down, probably 3 turns down because he's gonna CA again.
Somewhere in those. Because Divinity is guaranteed to a quad strike.
Yeah. The one thing they
not quad strike, quad attack.
The one thing they didn't give him is that. So we looked at Hase, and all of her stuff was undispellable, can't be removed. Divinity can still be removed.
He can still dispel Divinity. Learn that the hard way.
Yeah. It's easy to refresh, but it's also really annoying to him when it's gone again. And so,
hey, guess what this current boss did, by the way?
It took it away again? Yeah.
It took it away.
Yeah. So
things you could do, you could just have Dispel Cancel from MC.
Mm-hmm. There's a bunch of different ways you can get Dispel Cancel right now, so yeah. I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's just one of those things where it's like, man, they could have changed this one, but they didn't. Oh well. Let me just casually swap him over to multi-attack to further amp his autos. But anyway, the Geisenborger one's pretty dang good. It's just that he got overshadowed by one of the clear 2 best.
You want to know the list of light characters that aren't MC that can give Dispel Cancel?
Who's that?
Fairy.
Okay, yeah. 5-star Fairy.
Fifth won't actually activate.
No.
Because Gawain does himself. Noah. Sarawell. Summer.
Oh, the new Sarawell? Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
He's cool.
He has a Spell Cancel on his Veil.
Oh, there it is. Yep. Is that the entire list?
Yeah, that's the entire list. That's not MC.
Okay. Sarawell's a neat character, though. Summer Sarawell. I like this guy.
And then there's Lucy Stage 5.
Yeah, Lucy Stage 5. But yeah. I actually do like what they did with Geisenborger. He's much more fun to play. Like, the fact that he can come in and immediately start quad attacking, as opposed to waiting like 2 to 3 turns
It
for it to
was
get to that
really
point.
sad watching yourself single attack with Guys and Warrior.
It's so sad. You're just like, please just hit me harder so I can gain meter. Thank you. Jesus. So they did fix a couple of things that made it him annoying to play. So that is definitely a huge step up for him. All right. Anything else, or are we just going to go straight to the new characters?
No, there's not much to say about Guys and Warrior at this point.
Okay.
He's still best in line. Keep him in the back if you feel threatened. Otherwise, you know what's really fun? Having your MC fake die and giving him more hostility up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I was using him with Bunny, Bunny got targeted way less, and she had skill 1 up.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let's go talk about these new characters. Where do you want to start?
I don't know, you choose.
All right. Let's talk about the Catman then.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm okay with this character.
So one of the things is that we've been talking about Halloween Kukuru a little bit, and she's the flurry character in Earth, and Earth has been waiting for 2 things to catch up with other elements that have their flurry character already. They've been hoping for the Grand Jean passive, and hey, look, here it is. Bonus Earth damage effect to Earth allies is triple attacks. And then they're waiting for their equivalent of pain and suffering, which they haven't gotten yet. And and so Dante fulfills one of those. And so let's see what else he offers to try and enable a bunch of those triple attackers. So things like the Robin Hood MC, who's back in vogue with Earth. Now that you can give yourself flurry as a Robin Hood, stuff like that. So his CA is nothing special. He gets 20% boost to meter when he does it. Yeah, okay.
Well,
What's up?
You already had Chaser as a passive in Earth.
Just plain just plain existing.
Yeah, it's called
Is
Orchid.
it Kime? Oh, okay. I was gonna say Orchid.
Orchid. She just gives 10% bonus Earth damage.
Mm-hmm. Well, Kime also gives bonus damage when he comes in now, because he gives his passives to everyone else.
Yeah, but this character doesn't require you doing extra things like all the way uncapping, and
Right.
B doesn't have a stipulation of needing the triple attack.
Yeah, that is fair.
She just starts with 20% lower health. It's like you can protect her.
Yeah, that's fair. And so since it's both 10%, then yeah, all right. So let's compare him to Orchid then. All right. So here's Shadow Cats. This is the whole thing about him is that he wants to find cats and keep them. So he gets one cat a turn, irreplaceables, and then he gets a boost to his attack and damage for each cat he has. He starts with 2, and if he takes damage, he loses 2.
I thought we were done with this. I thought we're totally done with having this type of mechanic.
I guess not. So he gains a cat. So he starts the fight with 30% chaser and strength, and then the third cat he finds is 20% damage amp, and the fourth cat he has gives him flurry. So in 2 turns, if he takes 0 damage, then he has flurry.
If you waited that long to hit the button.
Right, for Shadow Cats.
Yeah.
The passive itself gives, let's see here, 40% attack. Is it on perpetuity? It is. And 20% cap up if he's at 4. So it's 10% attack and 5% cap for each cat. So on the first turn of the fight, he has 20% attack up, 10% damage cap up. The next thing he does is that he has Behold Liberty here. He just says, look at these cats, and all of your allies get buffs based on his number of cats.
He's definitely a cat man.
Yeah, he's really a cat man.
You want to know the sad part about this part?
What is it?
Why is it on normal modifier?
It is on normal mod. Oh. So at max, it's 60% normal attack, 100% defense up, and 60% earth attack up. The 100% defense up is...
That one's fine.
That one's fine. 60% earth attack up is 100% defense up, 100% earth attack up. The 100% defense up is... That one's fine. That one's fine. 60% earth attack up is 100% defense up, 100% earth attack up. The 100% defense up is... That one's fine. And then the last one is Place to Hide. Place to Hide is a 5,000 shield, which he uses to try and protect himself and not lose any cats. He does have Dispel immunity, so that is Dispel
Yeah.
cancel. And here's Debuff immunity, one time. It
If
eats
he's
all of his meter. Yeah, go
Yep.
ahead.
And for each like what 10% meter he eats, it's another 500 on the shield.
Is it only 500?
It caps out at 10k.
Oh, what's Orchid's shield? We were just talking about regular Orchid.
Dodge all.
Oh, it's just oh,
The
oh.
well the thing is, she,
Mm-hmm.
you don't really care if she takes the hopeful pledge, something happened.
Yeah, true. All right.
She also reduces her cooldowns on CA.
Yeah. This is the thing is that Shadowcat's being an 8-turn cooldown, so it's 2 out of 8, and you have to wait 2 turns for it to be full effectiveness to give him both the amp and the flurry. And then the Behold Liberty over here, being a 3 out of 6. Yeah. Basic.
Rodran is right. Is that the triple attack chaser does allow you to stack with uh falsehood, I think. Is that what
I
it's
think
called?
so. Yeah, falsehood. So, I mean, there's a lot. There's a few things that are there to recommend him, and then like
Yeah, he
there's
has like only
it's
one way to prevent himself from in kit to prevent himself from being hit.
yeah, and so if you so he's kind of behind as a support character, and then um the Shadowcats part, his personal buffing, like the part where you have to wait so long to do it, and you have to take no damage, is a little bit annoying there too. So it's just like I was just like the comparison that I saw in that is that he's basically a slightly less effort Malou, and Malou's a perfectly fine character. Once she's at her 5-star after a few rebalances. Where is she? There she is. And so he's there to triple attack with bonus damage, and he has a few like things that keep him from taking debuffs, and then
Like if Moonlight or Aristocat actually affected every cooldown,
mhm,
this would be way better. But it only affects Shadowcats, and so good luck on those turns that are not,
yeah,
because you're only guaranteed to triple attack 2 turns, and your CA for whatever reason gives you charge bar.
yeah. The charge bar. Well, the charge bar is there, I guess, to feed place to hide. Except this cooldown is
Except
so
that's
long.
it's a 10 turn cooldown, doesn't change.
Yeah, because yeah, Moonlight Aristocat over here, 1 turn cut when he triple attacks. Okay, sure. So it lowers itself from 8 to 6 over the course of itself.
So it'll be 4 turns
4 turns downtime.
after you're done guaranteed triple attacking. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to triple attack again on those 2 in between turns for this to come back up again. So
And if your CA is like this, why?
yeah. So this is one of those engines that doesn't seem to feed itself very well, which is unfortunate. All right.
Anyways, Kukuru's right over here.
Yeah. she's just gonna be like she's just gonna continue cooking. Like, um, let's move over then to I saw Tico first. Let's go talk about Tico.
This is the one that actually came to me by polls after poll 200.
She didn't actually come to me. Oh well.
This character is dope.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have you take over for this one because I actually don't have this character. I only know that dark players are just like, yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna press this button, we're gonna wait 3 turns, and then we're gonna death her. So
That's
go
one way
ahead.
to play her.
That is one way to play her. You go ahead.
So Tico does the Tico things. One of which is that she gives you a blue pot.
Yay!
Second thing is that when the foe CAs, she gets to her nuke that gives her CA just goes offline.
Yeah, so she casts this thing here. So that's on her light version as well, yeah? Or is it on all of her
Correct.
versions?
It's on her light version. I don't think
Okay.
her Earth version does that. I don't know. I don't play that version.
Yeah, alright. So keep going.
Okay, so but they moved the where you get the stacking attack, stacking healing up from just that button. It was moved to the passive, so it has to be your foe has to see at you. It's
Mm-hmm.
unremovable though, so that's pretty cool.
Okay. And is this the one where it's the healing cap goes up by 5%? Or no, it's the skill where it's
Nope.
500.
Skill is 500 for 5 turns.
And the passive is percentage based. Okay.
Yeah. Uh, the thing is that the recovery cap is way better because when you use her other abilities, it is now dependent on the who is affected. She is
Mm-hmm.
not healing them anymore. She actually doesn't heal people,
She heals at the very end here of Strana Dolce.
but that's not on her.
Yeah.
That is coming from
Oh, that's coming
from
from
the
yourself. Yeah, those
yes.
technically come from yourself, which is why she gives these boosts to everybody else. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you don't need to roll like healing up on her because of that.
Okay.
Things to note. Her CA, really good, by the way.
How big's the
3,000
shield?
shield
Okay.
with
Oh,
20% armor.
that's nice.
Yeah, I brought that into Luo and I didn't die.
Nice.
We already talked about her and Luce. It's really good. Skill 2. It says 9 turns. It becomes 8 turns of 8
Yeah,
turns uptime.
right.
You lose 10% of your max health. That's fine because you get lethal attack dodged.
Mm-hmm.
So, not guts. What's the other one?
Undying.
Yeah, because no, it's not undying. Never mind. It's just
It is
one
guts.
time.
It's
It's
one
guts.
time. Yeah.
But you also every time you also get this buff, Stosanza. I don't know how to pronounce this.
Mm-hmm.
You will heal. You will take 50% less damage from dots.
Okay.
And you heal Happy Halloween 1031 each turn and remove one debuff.
That part's nice. Removing a debuff at the
Every
end of every
turn
turn.
for 8 turns of 8 turn uptime.
Yeah. And it's on a yellow skill. Yay!
Yep.
And so it's like, just as a random side note, do you actually have Holiday Theo or no?
Nope. I don't have holiday most characters.
That's totally fair. Because I was just looking at it and I was like, wait, last time we were talking about Holiday Theo, wait, there she is. We were like, how many characters can eat your HP for her bulk? And it's like, oh, well, there you go. You can,
Everyone is gonna be eating their HP.
yeah. And so if you have Holiday Theo in the back line when you do these things, they'll get cap up for this. Yay! Hooray, Marionette Stars, buddies.
All right. So in order to cast her skill 3, you'll sacrifice 40% of current HP. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Because having it at your max HP, hello, Frau, kind of
Mm-hmm.
sucks sometimes.
Yeah, true.
Because sometimes you just cannot make the payment requirements.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have three uses of this buff. What does it do? So on the casting of it, first off, you just get 30% attack perpetuity
Mm-hmm.
and 50% TA up. That's still really good.
Okay.
But you're also in dark, where most people triple attack anyways.
Welcome to Dark. Here's your triple attack and your chaser. All right, keep going.
At the end of that turn, the next turn, it'll take up 20% of your current HP again. Consume 1 use. You're now at 2.
Mm-hmm.
On top of what they just gave you, you get jammed.
Right.
100% debuff resist.
Mm-hmm.
The spell cancel.
And each of those is 1 turn only, I take it?
Yep, and then we go to the
Okay.
next one.
All right, so the next turn you take another 20%.
Another 20%. Now you also, on top of that, 50% dark damage. 50k supplemental.
Oh. Okay.
And then the last turn, instead of hurting you, you already down 90% of your 40, not 40, 80% of your health.
80?
It's actually less because it's current health.
Right. Okay. So anyway.
You just get healed for 20k.
So if you happen to have, say, your ye old the curry, Tahar Masala, that's the name of the weapon. If you have the old Curry grid, or if you're on like the Agastia staff or something like that, then you get you have your enemy enabler and just a way to take advantage of it all at the plate.
And not die at the very end of it.
Yeah, but I've seen a lot of things where it's like, all right, we've got the third turn, and now we can, we can just go absolutely nuts on that third turn.
I like this note: the dispel cancel is not consumed upon nullifying a buff removal because it lasts 1 turn.
Yeah.
That means that if somehow the boss double strikes and has these spells on both of them, you just don't.
Yeah. This is a pretty cool set of things. Like I said, people aren't going to like bring her to everything, which is whatever. It's fine. But there are very cool uses for her. You can masala her. You can sack her. She can give you all sorts of things. Like people are using her with the Bash brothers of Ilsa and Seox to turbocharge them.
One other thing is that because of the fact that you're always dispelling every turn, nightmares like put like a billion debuffs on you.
This is true. Yeah. Yeah, you're getting
this is one of the ways that helps.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, Lucy's cool and all. He only gets rid of 1.
Yeah. I'm a little sad that I didn't get her, but oh well. I will live without this Tico. And the last one to talk about for today, if we're done with Tico.
Anyways,
go ahead.
Who loves water?
So I'm going to do a very silly search. I'm going to go to SSR, water, 12 generals.
You can do a full team.
You could do an absolutely full team. There's a 5th one, isn't there? I think there's a 5th one somewhere.
So you have Neela, you have Monkey, I think Cow, yeah.
Oh yeah, Holiday Cow. I'm missing that one. I'm fixing that this Christmas. Anyway, so here we go. We have ourselves Water Vicky. She is now in 3 elements. And so we're cutting straight into the big part here, which is Rat Trick. So skill damage taken is supplemented. So it's what, 50k?
It's 50k.
Does it stack with just normal supplement as well?
I mean, it's a debuff on the boss.
Yeah.
Like, it probably doesn't. It might actually just stack with Halmal.
Like Beelzebub and Halmal, yeah. Let's see. Let me see about that stacking, because a lot of the notes that I saw from Game With are just, yeah, this stacks with things. So anyway.
Because Halmal is a general stacking. It's not skill damage specifically. Like, most things aren't specifically skill damage.
Yep. And then for every 20/20 and then 4 zeros after that, water skill damage that is dealt to this foe, she does additional plane damage and
20/20 plus 3 zeros.
Inflicts a smaller version of Wide Open. So it's now 22 hits because of
20%.
Of 20%.
Welcome to 2022.
So this is nuts. This is very similar in some ways to the Christmas chicken effect, where it's just like, yeah, just keep doing skill damage and you'll just keep getting candy. But for, I believe, holiday chicken, your reward is a dispel and chickens.
Yeah. Dispel, the nuke damage, which is really good.
Yeah.
But, what's also pretty good? Just hitting it a bunch of times.
Yes. So that's the rat trick.
But how do we activate skill 2?
So
to have the fields.
All right. So hey, guess what? She has the dark Vicky thing of she has a field. If you're on full auto, it won't hit itself. Then
except instead of CAing, it is on your teammates.
Yeah.
And herself casting skills.
Yep. So raise Ghost Rat level by 1 whenever a water ally uses a skill. Whenever a water ally uses a skill and she's already at skill 3, then she goes back down to 0, and she activates whatever skill is in here. So if there's no field yet, she'll cast Spooky Night Parade. And then
If there is, it's a mouse or lantern.
the Mouse O Lantern over here is a 3-hit nuke, which heals. And so you've seen this kind of thing before if you have Valentine's Cassius.
Guess what? He's also water!
Yeah! They work together extremely well, where it's just like, hey, here's my, what is it, Lunar Chick or something like that?
If the
Lunar...
faux CAs were just getting Mirage signed.
Yeah.
If I CA, I'm going to Mirage sign anyways.
Yeah, here's the lunar mark. That's right, there it is. The Mirage sign. Whenever it takes a little bit more skill presses for him, but it's still whatever. There's so much.
They're working together.
Yeah, they're working together. It's all good. And then you've also got like, hey, remember when we talked about Hase doing skill damage every time someone multi-attacks?
She doesn't fix the multi-attack problem though.
No.
The field is not a multi-attack field.
No.
Instead, it is
Dodge.
20% attack up to the foes, but you get 30% dodge.
Mm-hmm. And you've been using that dodge really well, right? You've been super happy with it. Yeah.
Deonta gives meter on dodging.
Yeah. And Deonta gets... Is it dodge all on her CA now, or no? Is she not good at...
It's dodge all on CA.
Okay, yeah.
So if the foe tries to hit everybody, it's great.
And then, so, we got Trick or Cheese over here, where she has damage mitigation, which is...
You'll be surprised what the number is.
2020?
Dang, you're so good.
Wow, I should be a game designer. But it also gives you stacking skill specs up, and it's
10% skill damage, 6% cap. Those cap out at 5 stacks.
So 30% cap up and 50% damage up. Yeah. It's a 7-turn cooldown. That's pretty fair.
Is it a 7-turn cooldown?
Oh yeah, huh? And cooldown for Trick or Cheese. Weird.
Hase over here feeding meter.
Yeah. And then yeah. So
remember, so the thing is that Hase actually likes it if you guys don't CA every turn, maybe every other turn.
Yeah.
So this is like technically better than Dog because with Dog you're most likely going to CA every turn.
So anyway, yeah, and then when the field is active, it has hidden text as long as she's on the field. So everybody also gets another 50k supplemental damage on themselves, and also when you hit the attack button, everybody gets 10% chaser.
So we have like 100k supplemental skill damage.
What a queen! What a queen!
Yeah. But yeah, once again, you'll just want to like CA every other turn if you have her with Hase.
Or you don't have to. You don't have to CA every other turn. You can just attack. Like.
Yeah, but then how am I gonna get more stacks for Trick or Cheese? Oh, yeah. Also, the fact that Hase double cast skill 2, which means that that's more stacks to the Ghost Rad.
True. There's so much fun stuff going on with this Vicky.
Like she's also good with Kubiton as well, because Kubiton when she CAs gets to cast
spells again.
Not to cast spells again. Skill 3, so it gives her double cast.
Yeah. Well, she ends a cooldown on her CA as well. Kubiton does.
Yeah, skill 1.
Yeah.
That was the one I was talking about. So yeah, this character really good.
Yeah, super fun. Super fun. All right. So those are the characters. We've gone.
I'm trying to think. Is there any other water fields?
None that matter.
Yeah. So she's not like in Dark where there's like a billion fields
that all matter. Yeah. I used to use Mosh Pit in water.
Yeah, but that's about every element.
Yeah. All right. So that's it for the actual Granblue Fantasy stuff for the week. Next week we'll have a new raid to fight, and we'll have the preview of what's going to be coming next time, etc., etc. But I have one last question for you, DJ, and it involves Granblue Fantasy versus Rising.
Oh no.
So, the voice of Icarus on Twitter challenged Fukuhara to a 100 sets, 100 sets of King of Fighters, because after he started huffing the hopium for Halloween Silva, there was no Halloween Silva to be had. And so he's like, "See me in King of Fighters," and Fukuhara immediately comes back saying, "Sure, but it has to be King of Fighters 95, and Rugal is legal."
That's funny.
So let's just say, DJ, that you challenge Fukuhara to not a first to 100, just a 100 set match for Halloween. Let's say it's Halloween Diantha. And Fukuhara comes back and says, "All right, which game, DJ? Which game would you try to see him in? Would it be BlazBlue?"
Maybe BB Tag. BB Tag's way faster than every other game I play.
So I guess he would come in and he would be playing like some sort of Adachi team or something like that. Would you actually?
I'm playing the
yourself?
Adachi team.
Would you submit yourself to that? First,
I'm playing Adachi Yumi. Let's go.
Because that's the thing is Ichigi's like, all right, fine. Kyo, Iori, Omega, Rugal. We're good. Let's go. Fight me.
My game doesn't have banned characters.
Oh, man. It's just a fun thought experiment. It's like you have to fight Fukuhara, and he comes back with like the most disgusting thing he can possibly find in your game series. So it's like if you chose BlazBlue, he'd just be coming back. He's like, all right, we're playing CT though, and I'm playing new. And it's like, no, I refuse. Never mind.
I'll learn how to play Carl. That's easy.
Is it easy?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is not that hard.
Fair enough.
Also, all you need to do is clap loop you.
Oh man.
But yeah, no, the answer is actually just BB Tag because the 100 go by fast.
As opposed to KOF where 100 goes by at a freaking snail's pace.
Look, you have to wait for the next character to die. Come in, you have your intros for next characters.
And then you actually have to play a round of King of Fighters.
And then, someone dies, and then at best case scenario, you only have one more round. At worst case scenario, you have 3 more rounds.
Locals were such a slog with King of Fighters 13. I remember so many 2 AMs where Myung was just like, "Get out! Just get out and go home. Stop playing King of Fighters in my facility."
And then, Ash drops, it does a long combo, it doesn't kill, and then Iori jumps in and kills him. That's my favorite clip.
So anyway, yeah, we have ourselves a Rising. It's a pre-recorded, so it's not a live stream. It's a pre-recorded thing. It'll have subtitles, which means I don't need to translate it. I'm just gonna be up and watching it and having fun. So I mean, I can restream it just fine. People can come and hang out here. You can also just watch it yourself. But I'll be hanging out here on this stream and having fun. And then we got the beta next month, and we can actually play Fall Guys for ourselves and see what happens.
Oh yeah, I'm not playing the fighting game. I'm playing Fall Guys.
The fighting game can change a lot by the time the actual release game comes out. So I'll just play I will play the fighting game portion long enough to take video of Anila's intro quotes, and take video of Anila's CA and not CA, her Skybound art and Super Skybound art, and then I'll play Fall Guys.
I'll test around with Anila though.
Yeah.
But that current state is that I can't play Vera in that game.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. They're changing pretty much everything, basically, based on feedback.
There's no way they can change the system feedback to be good for Vera. Rather, she needs a CA.
Right. She either needs a CA or lend the very telegraphed,
very slow command grab.
Yep.
That is if you cancel into it, why your opponent shouldn't be questioning why you're running forward. You should just be jumping already.
Mm-hmm. All right. So anyway, thanks for joining me, DJ. This was a long episode. We knew that coming in.
Yeah, there was a lot that came out.
Yeah. Thanks for joining me today here, everybody, on the stream. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to a lot of Oingo Boingo with me. Shout outs to Danny Elfman for getting me an 8% rate on my stream on my Spark. Uh, it was trolly as heck, but I expect nothing less from Mr. Danny Elfman. So
That's better than my Spark.
yeah, I got a bunch of really troll things, but I'm just like, you know what? I'm not complaining. I'm laughing.
I don't think I've seen a Spark that's above 6% in a while, and by a while I mean 3 years.
That is rough.
It's always that way.
Yeah, yeah. Mine had a bunch of useless crap, but it was funny when it happened, so I don't mind. I have. It's one of those things where it's like, this is Cygames' money, not mine. So you know what? Sure, you gave this to me for free. I will accept my 6 Beelzebubs and my second full Lucifer, and
Hey, you can use a second full Lucifer at least.
it's true.
You know what a second full Lucifer is? That's a one less target for Yadima.
Anyway, thanks, and we will see you next week. I will not be on Thursday next week because Thursday of next week is my birthday. I will be hanging out with my sister and her daughters, so we'll figure out when to do this episode next week, DJ.
Okay.
All right, later, guys.